not the green one. Hey, everybody, welcome. It is Monday night. Welcome to MCU Mondays. We are live here on Geek News Now. I am your host, David. With me, as always, is my co host, Debbie. Debbie, how are you?
I'm good. We had a bit of a Indian summer today. It was in the 60s. We've been in the 40s and 50s for the last week or so. Tomorrow it'll be 70s. So I'm very excited. And then it's back down to the 50s and 40s.
We're in the 80s, so I don't care. And we're getting some rain, so
Oh,
I'm loving it. It's still warm enough in the morning that you don't need a jacket, and cool enough in the afternoon that it's not melting your face. Although I like the heat, so honestly, I really do like the heat. I like getting out and sweating, and it's cleansing to me. I just like the heat.
I
So,
like the heat, but not the humidity.
yeah, and the humidity is rough down here. Trust me, it is rough. So
Not too great in Indiana either. Oh.
we had another episode of Loki, which was all kinds of cool. We were all very excited about that. Also did Fan Fest this weekend, which I'm going to talk a little bit about because that was really cool. Had a great time. But before we do any of that, I think we probably need to play our intro. So let's do the intro, shall we? Awesome. That might be the best thing I've ever done. And when Loki's over, I'm going to have to throw it away. I'm so disappointed, but still awesome. Still awesome. So this weekend I got to go to Fan Fest. I got to see a lot of. I saw Paul Bettany. I saw Andy Serkis. For you Star Wars people out there, I saw Dennis Lawson and Iman Estefani. I think no.
Don't
Gosh.
ask me. I would murder the names. So
Oh lordy. I got to see the guy that played Ezra in Ahsoka. So and it was all really cool. I got to chit chat offline with both of them, with Dennis Lawson and with what's his name? Amand. Hang on a minute. I'm looking up his name right now. I promise. I'm gonna try not to destroy this name. Iman Esfandi. Found out his sister actually owns like a florist here in Dallas. So I was like, oh, because he's from Texas. He's from Laredo. Grew up in Austin and now family all over Texas. So he's like a homebody. So it was really cool. Got some good pictures of him. He posed for me outside of his booth. I got to talk to him for a little bit. Same with Dennis Lawson. Nothing special. They couldn't do any interviews because of the whole strike thing. And in fact, and they told us at the beginning of every panel, they came out and they said, look, we can't do audience questions now because of the whole strike thing. So basically they came up with this list of questions that said, okay, here's what we think you might ask. What got you into acting? Who were some of your big influences? What were you going to be before you were becoming? What did you want to be growing up? What did you want to do before you were an actor? Blah blah blah. And the whole time too, they would always make reference to, well, that one movie that I was in that kind of kicked off my career. That one about the ring. Yeah, that one was a good, we did that in this movie. And Peter, they could say names, but they couldn't say like titles of the films. So,
gave you enough clues. You knew what they were
oh yeah,
talking about.
and they made it blatantly obvious. So, They kept referring to Amon as, so when you were in that galaxy far, far away, buck the system. There you go. Buck it. So anyway, unfortunately, it was also a very long weekend. I am completely worn out. I had to work Friday, and then I went to convention Friday night, and then was there all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then had to go back to work today. And I am just, my mind is blown. But I'm ready to talk about Loki now, because this was a not a very Loki heavy episode. I mean, he was in it. Don't get me wrong. This wasn't a, oh my gosh, where is Loki? But this was a lot of backstory for He Who Remains, Victor Timely, kind of where he got where he was. So, is that a good way to put it?
I thought it was a fun episode. I enjoyed it. I loved the opening, the music. It was like,
I thought about that too, and I was like,
jazz time. I was like, wait, what? What's going on?
and honestly, too, I was gonna cut it out of our intro and do that for our intro just for this one show. But I was busy all weekend long. But two, I was like, oh, but we don't pay. We give homage to Chris. It's a Vase Productions for doing our music for us. So thank you, sir. We still appreciate that. So we will continue to honor his memory and play his music. So that being said, starting off, where did we start off on this one? It was Miss Minutes and Ravonna dropping the package off.
Yeah, in the sacred timeline of
1863 or 1868. Was it the sacred, or are they on a branch? Because I saw that they were on a branch.
One was the sacred, and when they jumped to 1893, that's the branch, because as soon as she gives or throws the book into his room,
then it starts the branch.
That causes the branch. So yeah, when we jump to 1893, it's a branch.
Okay, because we were wondering about that, because so you've got Ravonna, and you've got Mobius, and you've got Loki, and they're not all looking for Victor Timely.
No, they're looking for Miss Minutes.
They're looking for Mobius, and Loki are looking for Miss Minutes, who is working with Ravonna to look for Victor Timely. So, they jumped onto the branch, and Luke's downstairs watching it right now, and he said, "Wait a minute! There's one scene where they go into the tent and they're going to go watch Victor Timely," and he said, "Would she have even been allowed in the tent at this time? Because it's 893. It's 1893. It's Chicago." Well, I guess Chicago, you're in the northern states, so yeah, maybe. I don't know. But it's also a branch timeline. So just based on the color, I'm thinking historically and racially, would she have been allowed in the tent? But branched timeline, she's in a northern state. I just thought of that one. And we're post-Civil War. So I'm going to say, yeah, probably she would have been allowed in the tent. So just my thoughts. But they give Victor, a young Victor, who we find out later, a copy of the TVA guidebook. And basically it's one of those things where it's like we need to kickstart him, and here's how we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to put him where he needs to be.
Well, according to Miss Minutes, which I don't know if we can trust her because she's just a wackadoodle. But according to her, this was his plan.
Yeah, to get him started, because this is a variant of his.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing this is the variant maybe that's as close to him as gonna be, and I don't know, because you see in Quantum Mania, you see all those other variants, and they're like, oh, he just lost. Yeah, well, we got to go they're all different from him. They don't seem to have the same I don't know. But this,
Personality.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. But this
Well,
one, maybe this one's the one that's as close to him as he can get. I don't know.
well, this Victor, he's like a like a snake oil salesman.
He's a swindler. He's a con artist.
The type of person you would see back in that time. But the way he acts is so weird, and I really think it's an act, the way he talks and the way he moves and all that,
He
because
seems very sporadic. He's like all over the place.
But there's at least a few times where you see that come down. One was when he pays off the plant at the bar, because he acts totally normal when he slides the money under the hat. And then when the plant is bartering or bidding for the temporal loom, and the plant walks away and the guy offers, like $1,000 or something like that. And you just see him smile. And it's just like, yeah, this is all an act. He don't act like, I would assume he's more like, or he is, he who remains. I can never say that right.
Kang.
Kang.
I would have thought though, and maybe this is me, and maybe this is one of those hindsight 2020s, and I'm looking at it. If it was me and I had asked him initially and said, I want you to give me, sell me the patents, and then I'll make everything and build it and blah, blah, blah. And he said, no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, I don't want to partner or anything. And he starts to walk off. And then all of a sudden there's this other guy that says, hey, we want to buy it from you. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? I would have been like, now wait just a darn minute. Something ain't right here. That dog don't hunt, because you just didn't want to sell it to me a minute ago, and now all of a sudden somebody else is interested and you want me to jump in on this? No, sir. I wash my hands of you, sir. But that's just me. Maybe I can.
Come to find out, he swindled that guy, the Baron, because he caught up with him later and was like, it doesn't even work. And you see all these frayed wires and everything.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, and you kind of knew that too. I mean, when they got out of the bar or wherever they were, it was, I don't know necessarily it was a bar, but they got out of that room, and the councilman approached him with his mechanical pants. Oh, you look taller. Trust me, you look taller. I'll come by and make some adjustments. No, I just want my money back. No, let me come make some adjustments. Like next week, maybe. Like he just doesn't stop.
That's like and I meant to look it up and I totally forgot. But that's actually a Marvel comic character. Some guy who has these type
mechanical
of legs
pants.
Or mechanical legs. I'm not sure, but I seen a comic picture of the character and I couldn't tell you who it was, but
holy smokes.
I thought it was hilarious.
So is this the MCU introducing a whole bunch of other pointless characters that aren't going to show up anywhere else? Hercules and
I think it was just a nod.
It's just okay. All right, fine. I'll take the nod. What was the I got the at the end of Eternals, the end credit scene with the troll guy. What was his name? I can't even remember, but I got into an argument. I say an argument. I got into an argument with somebody about it at the convention this past weekend. We were talking about it, and I was like, he was in one of the dumbest movies the MCU's ever. He said, no. We don't even talk about the MCU when it comes to him, because that movie was crap and they screwed him up. So only in the comics is he cool. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, I try to
Tip
forget
or
the
something.
movie Eternals, so
Yeah, I do too.
until they bring
Actually, I
stuff
was.
out, because it's been 4 years, 3 or 4 years, it seems like.
We've got the Marvels are coming up next in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, November.
So I'm actually gonna kind of twist my own arm and sit down and make myself watch Captain Marvel again. Just to give it the second chance. Every once in a while, and anybody who's watched this show for any length of time knows my feelings on this, but every once in a while too, I'll watch Captain America: The First Avenger just to try it again. Just
I love
I'll watch something like Endgame or Infinity War, and I'm just like, oh, Cap was just so good in this, and then I'm like, maybe he wasn't so bad in the first Avenger. Maybe it wasn't as bad, and I go back and watch it. Nope, still don't like it.
it's an origin story. Come on.
It's a montage. The whole movie's a montage. Awful.
Who cares? Who cares?
So anyway, 1893. Again, we've got everybody escapes. They get to and they they escape with Miss Minute's help, and this was rather amusing too, because Miss Minutes has apparently been haunting the Chicago World's Fair.
Yeah, because there's a picture of her in the paper. It says, I don't know what they called it, like a ghost.
It says
clock.
Ghost Clock. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghost Clock continues to haunt World Fair. Something along that lines. And in fact, Mobius gets it and he says, "What do you call that?" "Oh, I call it a breadcrumb," because they're talking about chasing breadcrumbs. So,
Right.
and the whole bit with them wandering around the fair, and again, I'll forever say this: the banter between Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson is just great. Where they're talking about it, and he's like, "What are we gonna do?" And he's like, "Well, we're gonna walk around. Good old fashioned leg work. We're just gonna walk around and look at things and enjoy. And you're a man of action, but I see things on a cerebral level, and blah 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 blah." And they're just back and forth, and it was great. And then they come out of the Grauman's Chinese, and I say Grauman's Chinese. It wasn't the Grauman's Chinese Theater. Dadgummit, it looked like it, but they're eating Cracker Jacks, and he's like, "We got to stop in all these places with all this food. You're just eating. You're just eating to eat." And he says, "Well, we haven't checked this, and we haven't. Oh, the balloons. We haven't checked the balloons yet. That could be fun."
Well, then they stopped at that. I
Yeah.
don't know what it was, some kind of building, but it had wood carvings of Odin, Thor, and Balder the Brave.
Balder the Brave,
who evidently is Thor's half brother.
Okay.
In the comics. Early comics.
And why do they have Balder up there? He's not even that good.
And Thor's not that tall.
Thor's not that tall.
I think he's taller than Tom, isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe they're pretty close, but I'm just like, Loki, what the hell are you talking about?
He's just, you know what it is? He's sad and he misses them. And that's just his way of expressing.
It was funny.
I miss you guys, but you're not that good. I see that. I can see that from Loki.
Yes, it was.
Now, something else that was interesting, they got everybody out of that tent, and in fact, they had the guy who Loki stepped on his foot. He stepped on his foot, or he bumped into him, or something.
Stepped on his foot.
And he's like, "We need to take this outside." And Loki's like, "Yeah, let's go." And Loki, quietly, and he goes, "The amazing Loki, he'll be here all week."
And the guy ends up in a pig cage.
In a pig cage, yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
But they all end up outside, and come to find out, they're literally all of them except for Andrew Haley's online. How are you, Andrew?
Mr. Andrew, how are you doing this evening?
But they're all, except for Miss Minutes, they're literally all trying to do the same thing. They are all trying to get him back to the TVA,
But for different reasons.
but for different reasons, but still trying to get him back, and really for different reasons in their minds. But it's all going to pan out to be the exact same reason. They want Mobius and Loki want him there to expand
For a loom.
the loom. Yes, I thought there was a. We're good. I'm a little tired. Comic-Con
It's
this
Monday.
weekend, and then it's Monday. That's okay.
Gonna be a long week.
Yes, I did too. Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much.
So, but they want to get him there so they can expand the loom, and she wants to get him there so he can restore order to everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, fixing the loom would restore order to everything, wouldn't it? Would it not?
I don't know if she wants the branches or not. I don't know if
No.
that's been made clear or not. I don't remember her saying anything, but yeah, she wants order and she wants power.
Well, yeah, because she wants to. Because in fact, she and Miss Minutes talked about it. I'll be by your side the whole way. Blah 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 blah.
Once again, I don't trust her.
Well, she threw her off the boat. Did she throw her off, or did he?
I think I don't know if Miss Minutes can physically touch people.
Yeah, maybe.
I was trying to remember back to season 1, but anyways, yeah, I think they waited till she was asleep and then they put her in a lifeboat and then they
dropped her
because she said, because this was mentioned earlier in the episode with the Baron.
I don't do partners.
Yeah. And so when she said, I see us being great partners or I see good things with this partnership or something like that.
Yeah. And Miss Minutes did the same stupid thing too. And I'm like, have you people not figured this out yet? And in fact, Miss Minutes even called attention to Renslayer, to where she said, she said partner. She wanted to be your partner, and we know you don't like partners. So let's be partners.
Well, no. Miss Minutes wanted to be a little bit.
Chicka bow, chicka wow wow.
Yeah. Bow, chicka bow wow. Yeah. She wanted to be a lovers.
Well, and I think
he was mad because he never created a body for her.
And I think Renslayer was kind of probably may have been the same way too. Eventually, I think she was getting there with him.
Oh, they were flirting. Well,
yeah. And Miss Minutes didn't like that either. And even though she's got literally, she has like 2 facial expressions. And even though she's only got the 2, you could tell just, I don't know, there was just something about her that she's just sitting there grinning and got those eyes going, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, all you have to do is watch her eyes because they give away a lot.
Yeah.
And
apparently Andrew is available if Miss Minutes, if you're watching and you're still looking.
She's always very active on Twitter. I love responding to some of her stuff on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, she's hilarious.
So but he sucks. He who remains put Miss Minutes, put her away, I guess is a good way to put it. Trapped her in the
Tim pad.
Yes, thank you. And and then everything kind of goes to crap. Oh well, we missed the whole part about Sylvie showing back. What's her name showing back up?
Sylvie.
Sylvie. Circe. You know, Circe from the Odyssey. Sylvie.
Or Game of Thrones.
It's on my list. I swear, one of these days I'm gonna watch it. I promise. I got about 3 other things on the fire right now. I'll get there eventually. So Sylvie, yeah, so she shows up. She's trying to
kill him.
No. She's trying to unalive him because she had told Loki in the previous episode, you know, if one of his variants ever shows up, then I'll kill him too. Blah blah blah. So here she is. She's ready to go, and Loki is protecting him. They get back. I guess it's his apartment, and she says something along the lines of, he's trying to kill you too. And no, he was protecting me. He helped kill one of your variants.
Mm-hmm.
Something along that lines. Oh no, he was protecting me this time. I don't know, what was going on. And
yeah, she says, well, he likes to switch sides.
Yes, he likes to switch sides. There's a record.
He's a flipper flopper.
Which was good. I mean, again, it's a little play on Loki there, but so Sylvie shows up. She's ready to, and that was good too. We got another hit, and it was a weird hit. Where was it? About 10 feet from where you're standing. But they get back to Wisconsin, and he gets to the lab. What is the thing that he has? What is that?
The little miniature he shows up.
Is that his from Quantumania? Is that his ship from Quantumania?
That's his
I was kind of thinking that, and I was like, is that it? It's close, but is that it? So
it's pretty close.
I was right. Good.
Yeah.
I like
it's his ship or whatever he calls it.
His time travel device, or and he says this is the culmination of all of my
life's work.
And then he shoves Miss Minutes back into the temp pad, and
oh wait, you're missing the good stuff.
What did I miss?
Well, that's where she's
where she comes on to him. Yeah.
And then she puts her face on a mannequin, and that was like the creepiest looking thing ever.
And the eyes were they were all over the place.
It's like, what the hell? And then he starts freaking out, and she goes to, I don't know, grab him, hug him. I don't know what she was going to do, but he puts her back in the temp pad.
She had it coming.
It was hilarious.
And then Renslayer shows up, and everything. Huh?
It goes to hell.
Yeah, everything just goes to pot. And I'm in charge now. I'm running the thing, blah, 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 blah. And then Loki and Sylvie show up, and it just goes even more to hell, and everything higgledy-piggledy. But you've got to think, too, this series is only 6 episodes, correct? So we're like halfway through. So you've kind of got to expect... You've kind of got to expect it to go to crap like this, because now you got to think, well, now what's going to happen? So,
Andrew has a good comment.
Oh, wow!
Indeed.
I think she was trying to have her way with him.
Well, and she didn't use the word partner or partnership. She just said we could lead.
Yes, lead. And it was together. Yeah.
Yeah, she left out the partner, or yeah, she left out the partner.
Yeah.
But I think it still freaked him out. I mean, who wouldn't be freaked out?
He's just afraid of commitment. That's all there is to it. So, so Renslayer shows up, and he's got a prototype pruner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he even said,
That thing was big.
that's just a prototype. Yeah, I bet it was. But
Yeah,
it worked.
It was very menacing.
And then Sylvie helps them escape, and then she's fighting with Renslayer. And
Well, she tells Loki, "I'm going to stay here and deal with Renslayer."
yeah. Just like you dealt with the guy at the end of time, he who remains. And she does, and she kicks her to the end of time, where we see the corpse of he who remains, the original he who remains. And Miss Minutes gives a very ominous, I know everything about him, and I could tell you things, but if I do, you're really gonna hate him, or something along that line.
No, she says he shouldn't make an enemy out of someone who knows all his secrets. I know a really big one about you, talking about Renslayer.
Renslayer. There we go.
And she goes, but I can't tell you. And then Renslayer says, but what? And she goes, I can tell you, but it's gonna make you real angry.
Yeah.
I have a theory.
Okay, yeah, no, go for it. What's your theory?
She's a king or a Kang variant.
She's a Kang variant. You think so?
Just like Loki and Sylvie, but he's been erasing her mind. And that's what Miss Minutes is saying. That's what's going to make her really angry, to find out she's a Kang variant and that he's been erasing her mind. That's just my theory.
It's a good theory. I could buy that. I don't know, because she's such a prominent character within the Kang storyline within the comic books. So I don't know.
I don't know about the comics. And they never really go by. I mean, they kind of go by the comics, but not really.
Ooh, that's feasible.
I don't know about a Kang variant. Oh, hey, Scarif.
Oh, Scarif's online. I don't know about a Kang variant. He might be. He could have been created by Kang strictly for keeping up with the TVA.
Wouldn't you know he's a Kang variant because his mind's never been erased?
Oh yeah, he would. He would know if he was a Kang variant. And plus, he's so scatterbrained that it's just yeah. See, I'm thinking he might be someone of upper echelon too, and just because he's okay. So we had one scene with him right there at the first where they're talking about what needs to be done, and Mobius even says, "We can hack the system." He goes, "You can? Oh, great!" He goes, "No. I mean, I meant, is it possible? Is it feasible?" Oh, no, we're all gonna die. Oh, that would be great. Can you do that? No.
Yeah, Obi is and I don't know, is that character in the comics? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I did not research that. I should.
I mean, I know what his name means, but because we talked about that in the first episode, but yes.
It's great and it's not overpowering. It's
It's not
funny.
for
It's funny enough to give you a good chuckle every once in a while, but it doesn't make the show a comedy, which just it's not like She-Hulk, where it's just it. I don't even want to hear it. I know what you're thinking. Where it's just there's so much of it that it's just silly, and it's like, come on,
Yeah,
come on,
Mobius and Loki have a great bromance. That's what I call it, bromance.
bromance. Yes,
They have great chemistry. It's not forced. I mean, even when you watch the behind the scenes of season 1, I mean, they're exactly the same. Yes, they do.
so that was the other one in this when they were with Obi still at the beginning. That another great line delivered perfectly by Owen Wilson was the we just need to find Miss Minutes. How do we find an AI that's a cartoon clock that's gone rogue? How do we find an AI of a cartoon clock that's gone rogue?
So
Oh,
Andrew says that OB is an original character created for
or
Loki.
Loki. Okay, well there you
So we don't know what he is.
They could make him anything, and it wouldn't matter because the comic book guys would not be able to complain about it. Thinking it's like Harley Quinn with Batman the Animated Series. When that came out, she was made specifically for that. So, and now she's like huge. So that means that now OB will start getting his own comic book line in the future because he's great and he's hilarious, and we need a backstory for him.
Unless there's a season 3.
And we don't know that. There might be.
We don't.
We will know. We will most likely know in the last episode because
I don't know. We didn't learn anything from Ahsoka.
Yeah, but with Loki, when if you recall when Loki finished season 1 finished, it said Loki will return for season 2. So I mean they you kind of knew. So I'm gonna say at the end, if there's going to be a season 3, then chances are they'll make some mention of it within the credits.
Well, I believe it was Feige that said something just recently about kind of doing away with the limited series or limited instead of just like one season.
Do a show.
Yeah, where there's multiple seasons, not just one and off.
Nope, can't say that I did. I had the entire MCU, all of the first 3 phases on Blu-ray. And then I got Disney Plus and I was like, these things are taking up space on my shelf. I never use them. And everything's on Disney Plus, so I sold everything. Plus, I got digital copies of all. I kept all the digital copies of all of it. So even if Disney does decide to kick them off, I'll still have my digital copies. So that being said,
put that on my Christmas list along with Mandalorian. Because
now Mandalorian I probably will get just because it's Star Wars. I own every Star Wars movie on Blu-ray.
I'm just thinking that, Disney has a habit of taking things off for a while or so.
Willow.
And so if I get in the mood to rewatch Loki, it's like, oh, shoot, I don't know. It's not on there.
And but this is the and I made the joke about Willow, but Willow was just bad. That's you've got Loki's been fairly good, and Loki, WandaVision, all of them are all part of the MCU, and that's like a big seller for Disney right now. So I have a feeling they'd keep those ones on just because that's part of the bigger story.
Well, I hope so because several times a year, I'll go through and watch all the Marvel movies in order.
Oh, that's rough now.
Well,
Does that include the shows now?
no, I do need to restart the shows.
What about do you watch them in release order or do you watch them in timeline order? So you start with Captain America, then you watch Captain Marvel, then you move on through. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
So
You always
what?
Any Marvel project is MCU canon.
Wait, does that include Shield?
Because if that includes Shield and the whole Defender series, I'm all on board for that. Agents of Shield and
Because
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all of that.
a while back, well, several years ago, he said, and it might have been when he took over. I don't know, but he said Shield was not canon.
Yeah.
So if it's canon, I need to rewatch that show. I love that show.
You gonna watch the Inhumans?
Not unless you force me, because I know you said something about we were going to cover it.
we need to. Is it on Disney?
Well, avocado.
They didn't give her a love interest. What this is doing is showing that she is. For those of you that Miss Avocado said, why do they need to give Miss Minutes a love interest? They didn't give her a love interest. They made her fall in love. And
she's been around almost as long as he has because he created her. And so she's been with him since
pretty much since day one. Okay, I think Inhumans is on Disney Plus. Good. Maybe we'll watch it then, just because.
I've never watched it, but I've heard such bad things. I didn't even know it was a Marvel property when it first came out on TV. Well, I didn't know.
But as far as the love interest, I think they gave her a love interest more to they gave her an interest in love more to say that yes, she is an AI, but she has, like Jarvis, she's kind of evolved beyond what an AI should be.
Sentient.
Yeah, she's a sentient AI. And that was just to show that yes, and she even said she was a sentient AI.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was just to show she wasn't lying. And being sentient doesn't necessarily mean you're perfect either, because you can go crazy as well. Because obviously she went a little
wackadoodle.
Cuckoo.
Well, Vision fell in love with
yeah. So I saw the greatest meme the other day.
Who knew?
It said it had Daredevil and it had Wanda right next to each other. And it said, why do all the Marvel heroes in maroon have no vision?
Boy.
Because Matt can't see, and so he has no vision, and Wanda lost vision, so she has no vision. That was a dad joke meme. It was hilarious. It's one of the funniest things ever. I think you're correct about that. I think it's just a carryover.
Really?
I think The Mandalorian's on Hulu as well. I've seen it up there. I think Loki season 1 may be up there, but I think they're releasing everything on Disney Plus first, and then they'll show it on Hulu for a time, just in case you don't have Disney Plus. You can say, "Hey, I get to watch it," and I'm excited about that.
Huh.
So,
I watch Hulu all the time, and I haven't seen it.
The
Any of those.
Mandalorian's been on there. I don't know if it's on there currently, but it has been on there. I do know that.
Maybe they're just releasing one season just to entice you and say, "Oh my god, I have to keep watching this, so I have to have a subscription to Disney Plus."
Yes, you should have a Disney Plus subscription anyway, because even if you don't watch things like The Mandalorian and the MCU, classic Disney films are still worth watching. And there's some good stuff on there. Don't get me wrong. There is good stuff. Plus, you get Nat Geo with it. So, everybody likes National Geographic.
I like watching Dr. Pol.
Uh,
A lot of the vet shows, I like to watch them.
You know what I'm reminded of, Andrew? You say that now, a companion of sorts. Do you remember the movie with Robin Williams, Bicentennial Man? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like an AI that grows so smart that he basically turns himself human. So, okay. Did we miss anything, Debbie? It's Monday. It's Monday.
No,
it's been a long weekend.
Day was long. I did watch Batman, all three, the Chris Nolan.
Okay.
I just love that trilogy so much.
That's awesome. Cam from Cam and Focus. Big shout out to him. He's one of the co-hosts with us on Cantina Happy Hour. Thank you. I can't even think about my own stupid show now.
Dang.
But he posted an interesting question, and it was like something along the lines of any movie that what's a movie that you've watched more than 5 times and would continue watching. And I'm just like, holy cow, there are so many. I mean, there are just so many that I have watched more than 5 times, and I will sit and say, I'd really like to watch that again and turn it on just to watch it on. So, thank you. I like Mondays too when we do this because it's the end of the Monday.
Yeah, it's the only good thing about Monday.
Yeah, we're the only good thing about Monday. Yeah.
Until you make me watch Inhumans, and then that now that's the one with Anson Mount, right?
I'm sorry?
That's the one with Anson Mount?
I think so.
Pike? Or he plays Black Bolt or whatever his name is.
Black Bolt, yeah.
Okay. Well, see, that might be a little bit worth it because, Anson.
Yeah, that's him.
He's a cutie patootie. So.
Okay. Which, speaking of cutie patooties, we did see. I did see a shirt, and I sent it to Debbie, just because it was great. I saw somebody wearing it, and I meant to take a picture of it. It said something like, "Oh, Christmas list. Put it on your Christmas list." It said, "Yeah, but." Huh?
You don't have the picture to put up?
Oh, give me a minute. I'll find it.
Should be on your phone.
I might have the web page.
Well, now, Andrew, I don't know. Of course, I've never seen the Inhumans, so I can't compare it to Secret Invasion, but it's all right. Secret Invasion was all right. Was it the best? No.
Oh, it's hang on a minute. I found it.
Got my boy on there.
Yeah.
Well, one of them.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, let's see here. Is it gonna let me?
Can you get it?
Hang on. I'm gonna have to do this the hard way, and do a
share the screen.
Do a share the screen, and I gotta This is on T Public. They don't sponsor us or anything fun like that, but maybe if we put their crap up there, they will.
Don't say crap.
If we put their stuff up there, their fine product.
Well, I definitely like this shirt.
Let's see here.
I've always had a Mike Biscardi. Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay, but Sebastian Stan though.
Yes, he's in my top. I don't know what number of my harem, but
you know, John, I asked her the same thing, and she said, "No, this is the same one. It's just that it's actually in frame this time." So,
yeah, I've been trying it in different positions, and I don't know.
That's what she said. Oh yeah, been trying it in different positions, you know.
Oh yeah, that's not what I meant. But anyways, yeah, the only thing I can't figure out is when I record off my computer off this mic, it sounds awesome. And then when I listen to it through here, it doesn't sound the same. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'm not very tech savvy. So
You sound fine on this end, if that makes you feel better.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't sound as good as it does when I record off my computer.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard a recording off of your computer.
Well, it has more of a bass to it, and I like that bass.
It's all about the bass. About the bass. Oh.
Well, I think I've embarrassed myself enough this evening.
Yes. Shameless plugs. What do we got, Debbie?
Ooh, okay. Tomorrow night we have the Sith Dominion. They are talking about Inquisitors. I'm not sure if it's one specific one or if it's just all or Inquisitors in general. Wednesday and Sunday we have through the Star Wars Through the Eyes of a Child, where they're Mark and his daughter Lily are going through Clone Wars.
I thought they put that show on hiatus for a couple of weeks. They're kind of revamping it. Am I wrong in thinking that?
I don't know. I know I was working on episode 9. I was putting in hashtags today at work.
Maybe.
But I don't know how long that's been up. So
okay.
But at any rate, usually that's on Wednesdays or Sundays. I get the two shows mixed up, but there's also War of the Stars.
And that's either on Wednesdays or Sundays as well.
Yes. So, and then this Thursday, we won't be on because it's somebody's son's birthday, Mr. Luke.
No. Samuel's birthday's on Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the little ones.
Oh, my bad.
If it was Luke would be turning 15, and Luke is at the point of his life where Dad's not as cool as he used to be. So, especially,
when they come back. Well, I don't know.
I'm hoping. I have hope. I
don't know if my kids still think I'm cool, but
I pray on it,
Oh, they come and they go, and then they come back. So
we can. Yes, there's always that. So, yes, Thursday is Samuel's birthday. I will be at Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm not going to do a live feed from Chuck E. Cheese because I will be enjoying pizza and playing lots of games to get a bunch of tickets to buy an eraser.
And then Friday, I assume we have a Hobby Hut episode going up. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, I believe so. Let's see. What was last week's? Last week was the Thanos, right? I think because I think I watched it. I've seen one or two of them.
I don't know. Shield usually takes care of those, so I usually don't mess with them.
Also on Oh, no, go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
And then Saturday is, well,
Geek Gauntlet. Are they going to on Saturday?
I believe Shield said they were not because it's Halloween weekend.
Oh.
So nothing on Saturday. But we
These
have
holidays.
Yeah, but we have lots of stuff on our YouTube channel that you can watch. I mean, past episodes.
Shorts, reels.
Yeah, we've also got podcasts, audio podcasts on Podbean, Spotify, Good Pods.
iHeartRadio. We're on iHeartRadio now. Woo!
I don't know what that is. I don't listen to podcasts because
iHeartRadio is like a big deal. That's like national radio stations and stuff like that. That's a big deal. It's cool.
if you say so.
Okay.
I don't drive far enough to listen to podcasts. It would probably take me 2 weeks.
I'm old. Leave me alone. I know. Reels are on Instagram. I'll figure it out one of these. You can't teach an old dog new tricks sometimes.
And then we've always got, I do Twitter, and we've also got Instagram. We have TikTok. We have Threads, Facebook.
Go to Freddy's, like Freddy Fazbear's.
No, is it Freddy's 5? It's a horror movie, right?
Freddy, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that's what he's poking at.
Yeah,
It actually starts this weekend. Oh,
I was gonna say something Freddy's 5 Fingers, but I figured that didn't sound
one of my older kids isn't real big into Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm gonna have to go see that movie with him, I think. So
I've never heard of it.
It's like a horror game. It started as like a phone game, and then it became like PlayStation and Xbox, and it's got like this huge cult following. So
that explains it, because I don't play
video
games.
Yeah, it's based on a video game. It's, if I was to say something about Final Fantasy, you probably wouldn't.
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah.
Well, you are aware of it.
I'm aware of it. Well, I'm aware of certain games only because my youngest son plays them.
I see.
Like right now, I think he's playing Call of Duty or Halo or one of those.
I guess Dave's talking about the reels. Oh, the banter.
We love it.
Yep.
And I did talk to Chris last night. He was on TikTok doing
I think I saw, I didn't see it, but I saw it popped.
Rocket League.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
Yeah, he was on there, so I was waiting for my supper to cook, so I popped in and yapped at him for a little bit. He's doing good.
We should get him on the show.
Well, he said he hasn't watched anything Marvel for a while.
Oh, man.
And I said, well, I'm not sure if I said it or not. I'll have to text him, but I said something about, well, we are doing Mando season 2.
Yeah, we can get him on Star Wars. That'll be great.
But yeah, tell him we missed him. Missed his banter.
Yes. So, anyway, that's going to be it for us tonight. You guys have a great week. We will see you all next Monday for Loki season 2, episode 4. Yes, follow us on TikTok. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Don't forget to follow us on all the social medias. Hit the like and subscribe button. Mash that alert button on the YouTube channel so that you know when we do go live and we do cool stuff. I know I went live a couple of times on the Facebook channel during the Comic-Con, and we showed a bunch of stuff. I'm going to do Shield may not know if you're watching. I promise I'm going to do a photo dump soon. I need to do a photo dump because there was a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool cosplays, things like that. So anyway, keep your eyes open for that. We will see you all next week. Everybody have a great week. And enjoy your Marvel universe. Bye.